My name is Monica Gleiberman, and you're listening to Silence on Set podcast. On today's podcast, we're talking to cast members from MGM Plus's hit show, From. The show is a series that unravels the mystery of a nightmarish town that traps all those who enter. In season 2, hidden truths about nature and terrifying origins of the town begin to emerge, even as life for its residents is plunged into chaos by the arrival of a mysterious set of newcomers. So, to talk about his character and where it's going with these last few episodes, which sound like they're going to be even crazier than you can imagine, here's Corteon Moore, who plays Ellis. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you so much. I love your character on the show. I'm obsessed with the show. So what's going on? Just tell me what's happening. Like, where are they? Just give me the info. Nobody's listening.
From what episode do you want me to spoil here? What do you want?
I'm saying, like, just tell me the whole deal. We can just like finish this right now and let people know what you guys are.
Because there's so many different options here. All right, we are fucked. We're absolutely fucked. I have no idea how anybody is going to survive. I'm going to be a father. I'm married. Like, the stakes are 5 million times higher. We have no idea what we're dealing with. There's completely new beasts of God knows what nature lurking everywhere in our sleep, in forest, underground, all these fucking places. We are just desperate to survive. And Tabitha, are you fucking serious? What the fuck did happen with her? So we are just fucked on a 360 whirlwind, and I just can't wait to hopefully go to season 3 and figure it out. That's where we are right now.
And like, here's the thing. Well, how is your take on Victor? Because I love Victor, and I feel like he's stuck in being a kid, right? Because nobody was there to, grow him up.
Definitely.
I just love him, and I feel so bad for him.
He's my favorite character. Like, I think across the board, he's the best character. I think he's one of the most beautiful actors I've ever seen perform. And I really want to get to the root of what happened, but even more so, I'm actually really interested in what he's going to do next. Like, I think everybody keeps focusing on, like, what happened when he was a kid. He had all these, really interesting things. It's not that it's not interesting, but I think he's going to have really, really important things to do soon. And I think because he knows a lot, I don't know where he's going to go. I want to go on an adventure with him. That's my little dream. I want me and Victor to, start hanging out, go to the woods and kill some things, who knows?
I would love to see you guys go on an adventure. I was so excited when they had you go into the woods. I was like, yes, like, get him. Like, you were supposed to be picking flowers.
Oh, right. Yes.
I was like, yes, get him in the woods because some shit's going to go down. So I was like, just get him in there. And it did.
And it really did.
You were part of the most iconic of this season. You had a freaking woman with a pole on her head.
Honestly, between episode 3 and 6, I'm very lucky that I get to be a part of, in my opinion, the craziest episodes of the show.
Yes. And you had the most kind of iconic episodes. So you have a woman with a pole stuck in her head. You have you guys trapped in between like a vestibule, whatever the hell you want to call it, in a house, in between 2 sets of doors, praying that the talisman's going to work, which it does, thankfully. I mean, like, so you're part of like all of these major moments.
The drive sequence directed by the fucking mastermind Jack Bender. It's got to be one of the coolest car scenes I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God, it was so good. We get background. Yep. We get to see the epic moment about your mom. So your season, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just every single day I wake up and I genuinely have no idea what the hell is going on in my life, because also the show is blowing up right now. Season 1 we did really well, but season 2, I think across the board we've been roughly like top 10 in the world, if not top 5, top 3 for 5-6 weeks in a row now. It's insane. I'm so lucky. I'm so happy and I'm excited.
I could not be happier for you. What is your take on Ellis this season overall, like the arc and how he's changed from the beginning? And what are you hoping fans get out of the season? Because like you said, it's grown so much and now we're all obsessed, and I'm crossing fingers for season 3.
First of all, my take on Ellis and his growth from season 1 to season 2. Season 1, to no fault of his own, he was a scared, broken kid. And I think throughout the course of the first 10 episodes up to where we left off in season 2, he's really grown into a young man. And it's been challenging. It's been terrifying. But I think he's proving to himself that he deserves to be alive. He deserves to be in love. He deserves to be a son, but then also deserves to be a father. And I'm really proud of the work that Ellis has put in. It seems like he's doing some self-care shit. And I hope the fans see, I hope the fans see that he's trying. I hope the fans see that it's hard. He doesn't have a lot of guys his age to, hang out with. He's got his love of his life, but he's a lonely dude. And I wish him the best. I think that's it. I wish him the best. I know that the viewers, the beautiful fans do. And I think with the more people that watch the show, the more we're going to have to talk about, because this is just beginning. It really is.
Up next is Chloe Van Landschoot, who plays Kristi. So let's get into From.
Yes, let's get into it.
So what the hell is going on? Where
Monica,
are you guys? What's happening? Nobody's listening. Tell me all the details.
You and me both, Monica. I don't know what's going on either. It's chaos. It's just one thing after the another. It's relentless. It's escalation. It's impossible. Yet they're all still getting by. It's such a show about how much can you be pushed to your limit while also how resilient can you be. And it's that's what's going on. And there's monsters and Marielle's there now. And there's some bile and there's a cadaver and there's a lot to unpack.
There's a lot to unpack on this show. I feel like we need like these interviews to be like 2 hours long because like there's just too much. It's like too much is going on. So that little thing about your fiance, your character's fiance, what the heck? She gets someone that she knew before she got stuck there come in, because that's never happened before. You were together, and she also said that you were only like a few hours from home. Where is everybody? So you're only a few hours from home, but also then she's sneaking some medication, which we've seen, which is good. So where is this relationship going, and where do you think it's going to go into another season? I'm manifesting this into another season.
Kristi's in total crisis mode right now between everything going on in the town and the one thing after the another theme that seems to be happening with everybody, on top of navigating, finding out her love is an addict, has relapsed in some way. There's a lot to handle, but Kristi doesn't really have too much time to sit with herself, just given the way the season goes. Yeah, Kristi's in full-on caretaker mode. She has not really made a single decision other than to just get by, help everybody who needs it, and she'll deal with herself later. It's what she tells herself, but in the season we see her struggle with being able to keep it all at bay. We really see all of what she's been holding down start to come to the surface, which is kind of what humans do. So I'm glad that Kristi has some moments of large feelings. But yeah, in terms of the relationship, I think it's big caretaker mode right now, especially episodes 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. And I'm curious to see where it all goes in season 3, if we get one. Yeah. Kristi needs to sit with herself and do some deep thinking.
I feel so bad because it's like, I think she focuses so much on the medical, right? Because that's a distraction. She doesn't have to worry about it. She's saving people. She's helping people, which is great. But by doing that, there are things that around her that are happening that she can kind of easily compartmentalize. The one scene that the season that I found that was the most like, ooh, there she is, was when your character gets the haircut and the t-shirt and is standing in front of the mirror going like, this is who I was before I was here. How do I put that together in my brain? Like, how do I like compartmentalize that? And that was the first time I went like, wow, like that must be so crazy to not only have that you knew ahead of time, you see them again, but to also be wearing a shirt and looking away that you looked before you were put in like this hellhole place that you were stuck in. So for you as an actor, like how is that? You do so much in front of that mirror with you just standing there, like you just feel all of it. You feel like everything that she's feeling in that moment.
Thank you. Yeah, I think for me, that haircut was also kind of leaning into part of her queer self in a way too. I mean, like the whole thing with the haircut. I remember when I first came out and hair was a really big thing for me in terms of like my identity and having my insides match my outsides. So for that moment, the idea for the haircut was really about that for me. And I think for Kristi as well, like leaning into her queer self. I mean, she hasn't done that since her arrival there. She's just been thrown into this hellhole and been responsible for a whole lot. She's let so many parts of herself go. So I think that moment is a sweet moment for her to kind of reflect on who she was, but also the other side of that of like, how much have I changed? Like, this doesn't feel right anymore too. Like all of it. And I think Kristi thematically, that's the whole season for her, is like this push and this pull of like, who was I? Who am I? How have I changed? I've had no time to think about that because there's also just one crisis after the other that I'm constantly responsible for. So there's a lot.
Yeah, just a little bit going on. And what are you most excited about for fans to see as the season goes on?
Ooh, episode 9 is wild. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, that's a wild episode. There's so much happening, so much going on. Leading into episode 10, the audience is gonna have so many questions and so much fear. I think too.
And finally, here's Jamie McGuire, who plays Smiley. How is it? I'm just going to jump right in. How
Go
is
right
it
ahead.
being Smiley, one of the most scariest people ever to air on television?
To hear you say that, it's an honor and a huge compliment. I can't thank you enough. To be Smiley has just been amazing. To be part of the whole Frumley is amazing.
It's such a good show. I mean, and season one, I think it was finding its footing, right? And now everyone is talking about it. Season two is like the biggest thing. What is it like initially when you heard that you were playing this character that's kind of dead, alive, creepy, might have a backstory? How do you kind of encapsulate that into what became, you're literally one of the most iconic creatures that comes out at night?
For Smiley, there was no huge backstory as such because originally with season one, I started off as a background creature. I guess Smiley came from, well, the name Smiley came from the fans, and I guess how much more Smiley's been in the show is thanks to, say, the crew members, the cast and crew members, I should say. One of the directions we were given as creatures, just walk slow, be creepy. And whenever I would see movies or TV shows, I always found that some of the best villains, they always had such like a grin about them or like a devilish smile that made them equally intimidating yet a little bit charming and also amusing to watch as well. So when I was given that direction, I thought to myself, why don't I try that and see if it works and see how it works? And sure enough, I guess it worked for me.
It worked for you, for sure.
And it's actually my natural smile. Well, hair and makeup aside, like the smile is me. So
Do you skip your friends now if they've seen the show and you smile at something?
I do sometimes, but like people who know me really well, they watch because they know it's me. And I just tell them, okay, sorry in advance if I freak you out. It's like, just remember, it's me, relax. Because I've had like family members, really close friends, people I've known my whole life. They're like this with the camera, like holding their hands up to the screen, just breathing. It's like, okay, if there's ever really any scary parts with me, it's like, okay, it's Jamie, it's Jamie, it's Jamie. And then, but I even freak out some of the cast and crew sometimes when I'm in that stuff. So I just try to avoid eye contact. But after everything's said and done, we're done for the day. It's just so chill.
I'm so happy they kept you on because it's so nice when you see like a group kind of in the background, right? And background actors are such great actors and they
Oh,
make
for
up
sure.
for so much of telling the story. But to see a repeater or a repeat group of people really adds on to like the creepiness of what it would be like living in that town and how scary it would be for somebody to show up like that. And you just have this great way of doing it. Like it's just very
Thank you.
creepy and scary. Like when you broke into the colony house, like I was like freaked out. I was like, oh my gosh, what is he gonna do? What's gonna happen? So it's so great that we get to see you on a regular basis. Where is Smiley going as the season? We have a couple episodes left. So is there gonna be another major moment like the colony house where we see something with Smiley that's just outrageously crazy?
Well, we'll just have to wait and watch and find out. Well, I loved every minute of every day on From, but I really did like the banister scene too. And I couldn't believe the reaction it was, like with everything, because once they got me ready for it, it was just so cool at looking at that thing. I think that was one of my favorite scenes I've ever done. I've loved working on it the entire time, seasons 1 and 2. But I love doing that too, because like it was just so cool. And when I first saw it, I couldn't believe how creepy I was. Even sometimes when I'm like getting ready to go to work, I look in the mirror, it's like, okay, I'm even creepier. So it's like, but no, I love being part of the Frumley. And I love how the direction it's been going in so far. And, you know, I just know I'm going to love the directions it'll take in future episodes.
I love you so much. You're so creepy and you do it in such a
Thank
great
you.
way. You know, fans, we love you. We love to be scared of you.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, I know it's a compliment. No worries. It's like you freak me out so much. I love it. No, go ahead.
And that banner scene is like literally one of the most iconic scenes of season 2. So I wanted to know, what are you hoping fans get out of, you know, the finale? What are you most excited about for them to see? And moving forward, where do you hope we see Smiley, crossing fingers, for next season?
You know, I'm really not sure what's going to happen in the future. I just hope the fans keep watching and enjoying the show as much as I have, because I really don't know what's going to happen next. And I kind of like that because it'll keep me guessing and I'll be all that more genuinely surprised and thrilled by it. So to all the fans, thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the compliments. Thank you for watching. And I hope you keep watching all future episodes. And I want to thank everybody. And I also want to thank you for meeting me and talking with me.
Hope you guys enjoyed listening to the cast of From talk about what fans can expect for its last couple of episodes. The first season season is currently available to watch on the MGM Plus app, anywhere you could download MGM Plus, and on Prime Video, now in full, with new episodes of season 2 airing weekly Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on all the same platforms. So make sure you go and check it out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you're updated on all of our latest podcasts, and head over to our YouTube channel, hit subscribe so you're updated on all of our video content.